In these troubling days of a modern world gone mad, one man has the technology to make a difference in time and space.
Talking to you from Nashville, Tennessee, the country music capital of the world, saying welcome to the Country Show. Now here is Ernest Tubb.
I got a gal that's different, though I know she's true. Never really happy till she's got me feeling blue. But I know my baby loves me in her own peculiar way. Yes, my baby really loves me in her own peculiar way. Now I loaned her my apartment when I was out of town. When I got back I found that she had burned the building down. But I know my baby loves me in her own peculiar way. Yes, my baby really loves me in her own peculiar way. Oh, Billy Bird now. Oh, pick it out, son, pick it out. Took a course in cooking and filled my heart with glee, till I detected poison in a cake she baked for me. But I know my baby loves me in her own peculiar way. Yes, my baby really loves me in her own peculiar way. Now she went down to the corner, catch a picture show. She said, I'll see you later, but that was 20 years ago. But I know my baby loves me in her own peculiar way. Yes, my baby really loves me in her own peculiar way.
Mr. Walker.
Oh, hello.
Would you like a copy of the Herbertville Chronicle?
I sure would. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Yes, same to you, dear.
I am Oz, the great and terrible. Who are you and why do you seek me?
I'm only a scarecrow stuffed with straw. I haven't any brains at all. I was hoping you could put some brains into my head instead of straw. Well, then I could say lots of intelligent things and think whenever I wanted to.
Why should I grant your request?
Well, because you are a great wizard.
Is that all you desire?
Yes, but my friend the Tin Man would like to see you.
Send me the Tin Man.
I am the Tin Man, made of tin. Bunk, bunk, bunk. And therefore I have no heart and cannot love. I was hoping you could give me a heart so that I may be like other people.
I will take your request into consideration. Is there anyone else?
Yeah, me, I'm a cowardly lion, scared of everything. Oh, I'm supposed to be the king of the beasts, lord of the jungle, but I'm just a great big fraidy cat. I was hoping you could give me some courage so that I could roar without scaring myself.
Jim, try that line again. It might be funnier with a big roar instead of a little one.
Okay, big roar. I was hoping you could give me some courage so that I could roar without scaring myself.
Yeah, that's good. Let's take a break.
I thought you were very funny.
Oh, thanks.
I'm from the Herbertville Chronicle. Do you have time to answer a few questions?
Sure. Hey, Barry, come here. I'm Jim, and this is Barry. Barry, this is...
Lynn Davis.
Hi.
Lynn's from the Herbertville Chronicle. She wants to interview us.
Sure. Here, have a seat.
Thanks. Well, I'd just like to ask a few questions. Who are you, and what are you doing in the park?
We're trying to raise money for the Save the Park Fund.
Our group is called the Kings Park Players, and there are 3 others besides Jim and myself. We perform here every Saturday during the summer. If the park closes, we'll have nowhere to perform, so the show is very important to us.
What's your show about?
Words. Words and voices. You see, our group believes that words are extraordinary things.
They all have such meaning. Furious, angry,
Happy, excited,
tired, exhausted,
Enormous. Gigantic.
tiny, frightened,
Brave. Noble. Heroic.
evil, nasty, scheming.
Oh, you really make those words come to life.
Words can conjure up an image in the mind. Then we use our voices to bring these images to life, to help the mind see the meaning of the words that are lying on the page. Yeah. Rats. They fought the dogs and killed the cats, and bit the babies in the cradles, and ate the cheeses out of the vats, and licked the soup from the cook's own ladles, split open the kegs of salted sprats, made nests inside men's Sunday hats, and even spoiled the women's chats by drowning their speaking with shrieking and squeaking in 50 different sharps and flats.
Oh, I can just see those rats. I'd hate to have been there.
That was part of a poem called The Pied Piper of Hamelin by Robert Browning.
I hate rats.
So did everyone in Hamelin. The Pied Piper agreed to get rid of them by playing on his pipe.
And ere 3 shrill notes the pipe had uttered, you heard as if an army muttered, and the muttering grew to a grumbling, and the grumbling grew to a mighty rumbling, and out of the houses the rats came tumbling. Great rats, small rats, lean rats, brawny rats, brown rats, black rats, gray rats, tawny rats, grave old plodders, gay young friskers.
Where did he take the rats?
For that, Lynn, you can either come back to the performance on Saturday, or you can read that poem for yourself.
What was the name of the poem again?
The Pied Piper of Hamelin by Robert Browning.
Let's rehearse our song now, Jim. Here's another good way you can tell a story.
In a song?
In a song. Now, why don't you move over there, and we'll show you. Crossing a log, Robin came upon a giant stranger who shouted, "Begone!
Stand aside, for my name is Little John.
Among the leaves so green, oh,
Stand aside.
give way!
Let me by.
Why not try?
My blow.
Too slow!
Fighting to and fro.
among the leaves so green, oh,
Oh, I'll fight all day.
and I'll fight all day, good blow.
Bravo!
Fighting to and fro among the leaves so green, oh.
They fought all day and then all night. Little John hit Robin with all his might. Into the river, it was such a sight.
Among the leaves so green, oh. Sing the merry men, we're the merry men. Sing then again,
Sing then again.
merry, merry men, among the leaves so green, oh.
That's great. It's really fun hearing a story in a song.
Well, the adventures of Robin Hood and his merry men make an exciting story.
Maybe I should try reading that, too.
Now it's your turn to entertain us, Lynn. Do you know any poetry?
Not really. Our newspaper has a motto that's a kind of a poem. I keep 6 honest serving men. They taught me all I knew. Their names are what and why and when and how and where and who.
That's a very good motto to have.
But I don't know who wrote it or anything.
That was written by Rudyard Kipling. R-U-D-Y-A-R-D, Rudyard, K-I-P-L-I-N-G, Kipling.
Who's he?
He's an English novelist and poet. Did most of his writing at the end of the last century. He lived most of his life in India, so he wrote about the British Army in India and things like that. Well, The Man Who Would Be King is one of his stories.
I've never heard of him.
Oh, sure you have. Have you ever seen a film called The Jungle Book?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's stories that Kipling wrote.
And he's the same person who wrote our motto?
That's enough talking, you two. When you came in, we were rehearsing a play about the wonderful Wizard of Oz. How would you like to help us out by playing the part of Dorothy?
Me? No, I couldn't.
Oh, come on.
Of course you could. It's only for this rehearsal. Jim needs to practice, and the girl playing Dorothy can't be here today.
Well, all right.
Good.
What do I have to do?
Here's the script. You play Dorothy. She's a little girl who's lost in the land of Oz. And in this scene, she's walking through the cornfield, and she meets the Scarecrow.
What do I read?
You read all the lines that are written beside Dorothy's name. But you don't read the words that are in brackets. Those are stage directions. They tell you what to do and how to say the words. The first stage direction says, surprised. Why do you think Dorothy is surprised when Scarecrow says hello?
Because she's never heard a scarecrow speak before?
Exactly. Now go ahead.
Right, Lynn. Do you want to start from over there?
Okay. Do you want me to walk past you?
Yeah. Ready? Good morning.
Did you speak?
Of course I spoke. How do you do?
Fine, thank you. How do you do?
Not very well. For it's very tedious being perched up here night and day. Perhaps you could lift me off this pole. I would be greatly obliged if you did. Whoa! Oh, that's much better. Thank you very much. Now, who are you and where are you going?
My name is Dorothy, and I live in Kansas. But my house was carried away by a... I don't know this word.
Oh, it's cyclone. You know, a big storm, a tornado?
Oh, but my house was carried away by a cyclone. So I'm going to the Emerald City to ask the Great Oz to send me home.
Oh, well, maybe Oz can give me some brains. For you see, my head is stuffed with straw. Oh, which way is it to the Emerald City?
Points off stage. Oh, this way, along the yellow brick road.
You were very good.
It was fun, but I have to finish delivering my papers. See you Saturday.
The time has come, the walrus said, to speak of many things, of sailing ships and sealing wax, and cabbages and kings, and why the sea is boiling hot, and whether pigs have wings.
Trapped again on Trialvaran, the girls were confronted by a large wooden door. As they timidly opened the creaking door, a fierce, roaring tiger leapt at them.
Good day, young lady. You read that very well.
Oh, hi, Mr. Walker.
You work for this newspaper, don't you? And you want to know all about the old days. Well, I can tell you a thing or two. Been in Herbertville all my life. No more than most. Tried to tell them, but they just don't believe me.
Who doesn't believe you?
Why, everybody. Ever since we got that new mayor, they say it was his family, the Edens, that used to live at King's Manor. But that's not true. Edwards, that was the name of the folks that lived in the old manor.
Are you sure?
Well, of course I'm sure. 9 years old I was when the manor burned down. Watched the fire from a bedroom window. It was the Edwards family that was burned out. Tried to tell people, but I'm old. They tell me my memory's gone, that I got the names mixed up. Huh.
You haven't got the names mixed up, Mr. Walker. It was Edwards. I believe you. I know you're telling the truth. But how can we get everyone else to believe us? We need some kind of proof. About what?
Easy getting this crew to try a caffeine-free cola. They didn't want to give up taste, and they didn't with new Pepsi Free. Leave it to Pepsi to make caffeine-free cola taste this terrific. Pepsi Free. There's regular and sugar-free with 1 calorie. I knew they'd like it.
The taste is positively Pepsi and it's caffeine-free. Positively Pepsi-free. Pepsi-free.
Not every great movie or great arcade game makes a great home video game. That's why when Mattel Electronics turned Tron into Tron Home Video Games, we made sure the excitement of Tron gameplay found its way into your home. You'll know it the moment you square off against a recognizer, if you last that long. 4 great Tron games, 2 for Intellivision, 2 for Atari 2600. From Mattel Electronics, games as good as we say they are, maybe better.
Monday, there's a great new hour of comedy on NBC, beginning with Love, Sydney. They do love me, don't they? Followed by Family Ties.
Whoa, that's tempting.
The show that proves family love and unity is alive and well.
Are you nuts?
2 comedy favorites, Love, Sydney and Family Ties, now on Mondays.
More ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, please.
Would you believe once I couldn't get Gary to eat lunch? Now it's as easy as ABCs and 1, 2, 3s from Chef Boyardee.
Letters and numbers have enriched pasta in 3 tasty varieties.
Now Gary even asks for seconds.
More ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, please.
We know Dunkin' Donuts are always fresh and come in more varieties than supermarkets.
Excuse me.
But we like to make sure.
Do you have delicious chocolate frosted donuts like Dunkin' Donuts?
No.
Do you have 5 kinds of jelly donuts?
No. Ma'am.
Were these made fresh this morning?
No.
Good.
Dunkin' Donuts. Up to 52 varieties made fresh day and night. No supermarket can say that.
I'm Jane Pauling. Monday morning on Today, a report on the nuclear power industry on the 4th anniversary of 3 Mile Island. Monday on Today.
This is NBC News Capsule. Here is Edwin Newman.
Good evening. In Austria, a herpes infection has hit the stud farm for the famous Lipizzaner horses of Vienna. 30 horses on the breeding farm are dead, 220 in danger. None of the actual performing Lipizzaner has been affected so far. In Poland, Lech Wałęsa addressed 600 people after a Palm Sunday service in Gdansk. That's where Solidarity began 3 years ago. Wałęsa spoke 8 words. The time will come when we will win. Finally, in Scranton, Pennsylvania, champion Larry Holmes retained his title today with a 12-round decision over Lucien Rodriguez, identified as a French heavyweight. I'm Edwin Newman in New York.
Television is our eye on the world. Distant historic events, actually witnessed by few, are broadcast on television news to 40 million Americans nightly. Of the hundreds of news stories reported each day, only about 30 can be aired on the local evening shows. In New York, 1 million viewers tune in Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Good evening, I'm Roger Grimsby. Here now the news.
Before the camera, the familiar anchorman. But behind the camera, and in the control room, lies a world most of us never see.
Ready to dissolve the P4 at silence.
Strange jargon fills the air in this electronic world of screens, buttons, barked orders, and millions of dollars worth of equipment.
Speaker to Bob Miller, reveal.
But the day begins slowly, quietly, in the newsroom. All the day's activity is generated from the assignment desk.
Joe, I want you to go to Gold's office, you know, D.A. Gold's office. Yeah.
It is not the anchorman, but the assignment editor who decides which local stories to cover. He's in first at 6 a.m. Aided by his assistant and surrounded by communications equipment, he controls the ever-changing locations of crews and reporters miles away.
Hello there, this is Unit 11.
Okay, Bob, I just wondering if you were on the way.
Yes, we're about to get on the West Side Highway.
Let me know if we can actually get pictures of the gambler.
The assignment editor checks the newspapers, 8 news tickers, press releases, and a daybook listing 40 scheduled news events. He monitors the police radio. Then he decides which reporter will go with which crew to which story.
Highway. Melba 5-4.
Melba Tolliver has been a news reporter since 1967, when she stood in for a striking newswoman.
What's happening anyway? No. With you?
In at 9 a.m. to wait for the assignment editor's decision. She has no idea where she'll be going today.
Bert Rimmel is shooting, they're shooting Seamus. Van Cannon and Lindsay's going to show up for around 10:30 at Park. 45
well,
Sutton
maybe I
Place
could
South.
go and shoot it and then do a stand-up. What time is this?
At 10:30. I'll give you the landing crew.
One of 7 crews. The landing crew leaves the plain, inconspicuous ABC building for their unmarked car. In this tough city, identification is an open invitation to danger. Once, a clearly marked ABC car was actually firebombed. With Melba, they speed off to the day's first story.
Okay.
Inside, a team of desk assistants keeps the newsroom running smoothly, keeping track of graphics for rear screen projection behind the anchormen, rushing film to the lab,
Making a special report.
grabbing wire stories, and taking phone tips.
Jane, demonstration at the Russian consulate, 5:30 tonight.
To get stories first and fast, the assignment editor has his own special sources.
We have police tipsters down at police headquarters. We often will hear about a story faster by hearing it on the radio. Mainly, I will try to get spot news, if I can at all. There's a fire, disaster, or riot, or anything like that.
Mayor Lindsay actively promotes filmmaking in New York City. Melba's coverage of this stage story will be free publicity for the actors, the movie, and the city's film industry.
There are few scoops in television news because most organizations depend upon the same sources. I didn't expect to enjoy this story, but I did try to make it interesting and turned out liking it myself. I enjoyed talking to Diane Cannon.
On several other occasions, and each one of them has been a joy. And of course, I'm in New York at the prettiest time of the year. I love it here now. And Central Park is alive, and the blossoms are out, and spring is in the air. It's really beautiful.
And to Burt Reynolds.
You know, ordinarily, being a reporter, I don't like to believe these handouts, PR notes on famous people, but I understand you're a very sharp guy, very quick wit.
Yes, I am.
One of the most difficult aspects of this job is having to report a story directly from the scene. It means getting there, getting the story, and presenting it on film. Very often it means the reporter must go over and over a story until he gets a good take.
I picked up a few bits of miscellaneous information about this movie that might interest you. Number one, no, let me start again. And there are a few bits of miscellaneous information about this movie you might be interested in. First of all, the title, Seamus. According to director...
Yes, Jane. Tony, we need a crew to go on this water main break on East 80th Street.
Sometimes, regular programming is interrupted for news bulletins from a specially equipped flash news desk.
A major water main break is reported in New York City's Yorkville district. The break in a 48-inch main has flooded streets in the vicinity of East 80th between 2nd and 3rd Avenues and caused traffic in the area to be rerouted. I'm Bob Lake. We'll have complete details on tonight's Eyewitness News at 6.
A film crew usually covers 4 or 5 stories a day. In their careers, this could add up to some 15,000. The reporter is the director on the scene.
I'd like to make a high shot.
Not yet, not yet. Understand there's a water line marked over there, and then let's go get Kretschmer.
Let me make some of the people in the home looking out the window. How's that look?
Give me the whole home, why don't you?
Oh, yeah. Medium shot, long shot, close-up.
There's always an eyewitness to tell the story.
When it happened, what did you hear, see, and do? I couldn't see anything from my window since there's a terrace, and I went to my living room, looked out, and saw a river on 80th Street.
Teamwork on a TV crew doesn't always mean working side by side, but trusting that each is doing his part.
Maybe he got sucked up into the sewer.
I'm quite sure he is getting good shots. I just wish I knew exactly where he was.
Hey, Shreddy! Look at the fish, look at the fish. There's no fish.
Lape spots a city official on the scene.
I see Kretschmer yonder there. Why don't we walk up there and go across without drowning?
Some reporters let a story like this build itself. A good reporter builds the story.
Can this make for firefighting problems? Right now, I understand there was a fire in the neighborhood this morning.
No problem at all.
Run away.
No, we got enough water pictures that we can cover any your high shot. Let's wrap it up.
The film rolls off to the lab, and Bob Lape is off to another story. Meanwhile, throughout drier parts of the city, ABC crews zero in on other news. Without their work, there's no sound or action, just words like a newspaper or radio story. The cameraman, sound man, and lighting man know how to work together efficiently, even in the midst of noisy demonstrations. Each crew sends in about an hour and a half of film every day. A good television news director is coach, talent scout, manager, and disciplinarian wrapped into one. Al Primo selects the news team that works best together on the air. Policy decisions are hammered out with the executive producer and the assistant news director.
7 key congressional races.
My job is basically to provide the direction and the philosophy of the coverage. The whole concept of eyewitness news has been designed to put the trust and the emphasis on the correspondent who is out on the scene. The emphasis here is on communication. What you see on Eyewitness News, or any other news program for that matter, is a team of people. What you don't see is the real news team, which is hundreds of people filming, editing, preparing, and planning, and putting together this vehicle that represents the news.
This man never goes on location, never appears on the screen. Yet the producer's decisions affect everything you see on the air. He arranges some 30 stories and 20 commercials to fit exactly into 58 minutes and 57 seconds. And he must bear the burden of killing a finished story.
All right. Listen, this Shamus thing you did, I got a problem tonight. I got about 4 different stories involved with this, with movies and show business and the Vietnam thing, so I'm not going to be able to use it.
Well, then you can just use it tomorrow, you think?
Do you think it'll hold?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get very upset?
No, not at all.
Nothing personal.
9 writers transform news agency stories into conversational television style. A separate sheet for each story, so the producer can arrange them at will. Reporters like Bob Lape usually write their own stories, always hoping to read them on the air for the extra pay. Six editors trim down an average of 20 minutes of each batch of film to a few minutes. The film is edited to illustrate the story. They work fast, deciding what to keep, what to throw out. Once edited, the story must be cleared by the producer.
Hi, John.
Hello, Steve.
How's it going with this thing?
Well, we've got a lot of time here. Well, how do you want to cut it down? Or...
How long is it?
It's 1:50 now.
1:50. I understand Kretschmer had a bad cold. Can you let me listen to his audio a little bit, please?
That'll be one of the gates.
It does sound a little funny, but I guess it'll work.
It'll come up. It'll sound pretty good.
Cutaways?
Turn them off gradually further on down, and we'll get the water.
How's the B-roll?
Well, we got a lot of good scenes of the water flowing down the streets and out of the building.
Fine. Why don't you, let's roll on down in. Let me see the tag. I want to make sure that's... I love that shot of those guys spinning around.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, let's take this out and let's...
It's going to be on,
this goes about... on at your B-roll here.
It goes about 10 after. You think we'll be all right with the double Mylar?
Yeah, we'll have time. I wouldn't want to own that car.
Yeah, let's use that shot.
Yeah,
Great.
good. That's a good shot, Steve.
Great story, right?
That's nice.
Okay, I think 1:50 will, sounds like a good piece.
Fine,
We'll use
good.
Okay,
It'll
John.
stand up a minute.
Good. Take care.
Okay, Steve.
To help illustrate his stories, the producer orders about 16 graphic illustrations per show. Drawn up by staff artists, they are later photographed onto cells for projection behind the anchormen.
Eyewitness. Geraldo on 6.
Geraldo Rivera was a lawyer before becoming a TV reporter. He breaks with tradition in openly expressing his opinions on the air.
I thought we were going to use the tape recorder.
Well, we're going to try this one out. I think it'll probably work even better.
Okay.
Is that new?
It's the wireless mic. You know what we're doing with this?
But it doesn't look like the one I had to wear that time. Don't you think he's going to recognize you?
I don't care if he recognizes me, as long as he doesn't recognize my microphone.
Well, if he recognizes you, then he's not going to say what he wants.
Well, I'm just going to confront him. I'll say, well, what do you mean? You bought 10 cups of coffee in a half an hour? Who's kidding who? You bought some heroin, didn't you?
Rivera is at his best exposing serious injustice. In bringing the shocking conditions of mental institutions, old people's hospitals, and drug-ridden slums to television, he has changed people's awareness and has often brought about constructive action.
And I know that this is true because I've personally bought it, you know, off the streets, right, and from clinics.
While heading back to the newsroom, the crew is diverted to another story.
Calling Unit 5. Unit 5.
This is Unit 5.
Go to the ITT building.
Park Avenue and 51st. I'll send you a courier.
Okay, good enough. Tell him to look for us so he can stick with us in case the thing moves. That way we can just jump in the car as soon as we've got it in the can, over.
Rivera agrees with ABC policy that people watching TV in their living rooms respond better to reporters who are natural.
I see the newsman just as being more than a conduit of information. There's no reason why he has to stand on Mount Olympus and lecture the people as to what he's seen in coolly objective terms.
This is Carrie Van Zyl. Can you give me the mayor's schedule?
Tony, we're going to need a courier on that, too. ITT.
Wherever you see this movement, that's what I want. I want to show like streams of humanity flowing.
At this time, the anchormen arrive to write their stories and go over the script.
This Vietnam package is incredibly
The producer briefs Bill Butel.
I've got it all broken down. If I give you a little flight plan with the angle I want you to cover and the amount of time, and the RPs and the whole works, breakdown, piece by piece.
Fine, all right. And irons out a point with anchorman Roger Grimsby.
I don't have, that's on tape. Tape goes here.
On the producer's orders, stories are polished and changed. Graphics are photographed on cells. More film edited.
Get him clearing the streets.
Camera crews from rival TV stations converge on the scene as traffic on Park Avenue is blocked.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
The courier arrives to get the first roll of film. As he speeds it back, another is quickly loaded. Rushed to the newsroom, a desk assistant speeds the film to the lab. It will be ready in only 40 minutes. Once the producer has numbered the script sheets, a desk assistant sorts the copies. One for the associate director, the anchor man, the director, the audio man, the producer. The basis of everything now, the script is copied onto teleprompter rolls in large type, easily read by the anchorman. The director and associate director check every second of the script's timing.
What's the DEF on, Larry?
52. Commercials are on 33.
One film chain.
91.
The film from the demonstration has been developed. Then it will be edited and taken to the studio projectors. Back before 6 to write his story, Geraldo Rivera has left his camera crew at the demonstration to shoot more action.
Stocks on camera 2. Hello. I beg your pardon, cello 1. It's on cello 1. That's what limbo. Okay.
At 5:45, all is ready, and Bill Butel joins Roger Grimsby for the trek down the block to the studio.
Better get going, Bill.
I guess it's time. Think we can fill in half an hour? Cigarettes. Don't mind it today, but when it's raining, it's miserable.
It's okay. Thank you. Chainsaw.
However, there are compensations, aren't there?
What are they? All right, let's do the pitch. Yeah, Roger starts it off with 2-3, 3A, 4, Bill 3-5, 5, 6, 7, 7A, 8, 9, 10.
You did this on purpose.
I'll work you in on page 11 and 12.
You're gonna work me in here at 11?
Roger 13 and 38A, 38B, 38C, 38D, 39, Bill 39A.
That's terrific, Steve. You do act like Lieutenant Commander of the Navy.
Full Commander, 3 broad stripes. Bill. It's Bill. After all, it's our war now.
Say something funny.
Stand by. Here we go.
7 captains.
Okay, stand by. Quiet. 5. 10 seconds. 5.
Theme. We'll have to finish better. Theme on the announce. Stand by to take camera 3.
The 6 o'clock report in color with Roger Grimsby, Bill Butel, and the Eyewitness News Team.
Good evening, I'm Roger Grimsby. Here now the news. Clifford Irving has been subpoenaed to appear in a Los Angeles court.
The producer watches anxiously as the show, ink on paper, images on film, comes alive in the hands of the television director and the personalities on screen. With split-second timing, the director picks shots from 16 screens, directs the floor manager and 3 cameramen. Unlike national news shows, this local show is live, and mistakes cannot be erased.
In that area and caused thousands of dollars worth of damage. Bob Lape covered it, as this report. Bob?
Bill, this was a very stubborn problem, one that city water supply crews had not licked fully 4 hours after it began. The pipe, almost 100 years old, loosing tons of water into the street and nearby basements. The nursing home's parking lot, both cars and trash cans awash in the sudden tide. Men around the maypole.
48
During the film report, the producer has time to warn Bill Butel of an impending change.
Yes. I told you, never call me here.
You don't think that we ought to make that the first demonstration story instead of the one that we do have, number 5?
Roll 30.
Show them a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 30.
And even if it is, as Mr. Kretschmer said earlier, the cleanest block in town now, the city says that block on East 80th Street will be closed indefinitely to traffic due to the damage done the pavement. Bill?
Thank you, Bob. 68% of the precincts have reported, and it appears that...
Stand by camera 2 ready to tighten up on Bill and the RP. Does off the P4.
Because of the latest film reports and the ITT demonstration, the script must be changed in mid-show.
P7, 3, 2, fade to black.
After making the necessary changes, the producer sends the story with a desk assistant down to the studio floor during a commercial break.
34.
It's 3A, stay as a...
Would you run it up? Now, prompter, we're on page 5 now. But why don't you just come up to page 8 and I'll do page 5. 7, 8 is in the script. Come up to page 9. Beautiful.
10 seconds. Stand by to take camera 2.
San Jose,
Take 2.
We told you earlier about the protest against the war along Park Avenue that turned into some violence. Geraldo Rivera went to cover it. He's back now with this report. Geraldo?
Bill, with anti-war sentiment running as strongly as it does here in the city, there was never any question that the most recent escalation of the fighting in Southeast Asia would cause renewed demonstrations against the war.
Take it.
It was all peaceful enough, with the demonstrators making the point that the same company that makes Wonder Bread, Twinkies, and Morton's pot pies is also manufacturing hardware for the air war. Then came the turning point, and what had been a non-violent demonstration turned ugly. The mounted police were given the order to move them, and all hell broke loose. I saw several of the demonstrators clubbed and dragged away, and I also saw one of the mounted policemen injured by a missile thrown by a demonstrator.
Stand by, take 30.
As all hell breaks.
Stand by camera 2. Take 2.
The demonstration was still going on when I left about an hour ago, and I have absolutely no idea how many people were arrested or how many protesters or policemen were hurt. But I do know that I hate that ugly war. It's being fought across the world, but it's setting Americans against Americans right here at home.
Hoping your news is good news, I'm Roger Grimsby.
I'm Bill Butel. Thank you very much, and have a good evening.
How come there are no tally lights?
Are we using those anymore?
There were no tally lights on that camera.
They never work anyhow.
No, it's not.
Doesn't mean it. You know, I wonder why they can't make the tally light all the way up instead of just a little top on the top.
Here's to wilderness, Canadian wilderness, to the secrets of the Ice Age captive in the glaciers of Athabasca, to the silent giants in the rainforests of Vancouver Island, to the moon and its power, unleashed in 40-foot tides that sweep the Bay of Fundy. Here's to Moosehead, the beer that captures the spirit of the Canadian wilderness, brewed by Canada's oldest independent family brewery, Moosehead, the imported beer with a taste that's head and antlers above the rest.
No sale has even come close, so don't dare miss Pacific's Price Breakthrough. We're ready with our lowest prices ever, like this Sanyo VCR, a price breakthrough at $227. A Technique stereo cassette deck, a price breakthrough at $98. For this Kenwood Deluxe AM/FM cassette car stereo, another price breakthrough at $199. Unequaled price breakthroughs now at Pacific. Stereo, video, and more.
$6.99. These days, it can't buy much. Unless you go by Straw Hat, where you can get a large original pizza with any 2 toppings for only $6.99. It's part of Straw Hat's Those Were the Days celebration. With enough toppings for anyone, you can have your choice of any 2. $6.99? You won't know how far it goes till you go to Straw Hat.
Murph, we're being followed by an old car.
Oh, no.
Hey, there's another one.
Well, they spotted my 57 Chevy.
Murph, the movie's that way.
I know, but what they want is this way.
You've got something they want?
No, but 76 does.
What do they want?
Performance. The kind that only leaded premium gas can give older cars.
And 76 still has leaded premium?
Super 76.
Fill her up with spirit. Can we go now?
Yeah, but let's take Dad's truck instead.
Spirit up 76.
a baseball player, but with Canon's new Canavision 8mm video system, I'm also a great director. It's small and lightweight, so I can get close to life. For directing action, Canon's power zoom lens is perfect. With musicals, the autofocus captures every step, and its low light capability lets me shoot beautiful love stories. Canon's new 8mm video system. It lets you get close to life.
We have just seen rushes direct from Hollywood of pictures being released in the coming weeks. And we are proud to announce that this theater will soon bring you the greatest array of pictures ever to reach our screen. You'll see the finest stars in exciting performances. You'll thrill to the suspense, comedy, romance, and drama of world-famous stories. Here's a glimpse of a few of them coming to this theater soon.
Enrico Giamonde spends 8 hours a day training to be the finest racer in all of Italy. But Enrico has a problem. He's not in Italy. He's in Bloomington, Indiana.
Papa! Ciao, Papa!
And he's not Enrico Giamonde.
I should have hit him when I had the chance. He'd be dead now.
Oh, grazie, Tante Santa Maria.
He's Dave Stoller.
He was as normal as pumpkin pie, and now look at him.
But Dave's not crazy.
He's never tired. He's never miserable.
He's on the road to adulthood.
When I was young, I was tired and miserable.
You are numero uno, King Papa.
And he's decided to take a little detour at the age of 19.
What are we going to do about him?
I don't know, dear. We could always strangle him while he's asleep.
20th Century Fox presents Breaking Away, the story of 4 guys in imminent danger of turning 20.
How you doing, guys?
Well, we're a little disturbed by the developments in the Middle East, but...
Who refuse to give up immaturity without a fight.
Smart move, Shorty.
Ma pari tout amor.
I'm in love. Gonna wind up a bum. Italian bum.
I'll tell him he either has to get a job or go to college.
Hell, I don't want to go to college, Dad. To hell with them.
What, are you afraid?
Yeah. A little bit. The only thing I'm afraid of is wasting the rest of my life with you guys. I thought that was the whole plan. That we were going to waste the rest of our lives together.
I'm leaving soon.
Great, Kat. I wish you a nice trip.
You too.
I'm not going anywhere.
I don't know about that.
Breaking away, somewhere between growing up and settling down. It happens to all of us.
Doug Masters, raised on an airbase, born to fly.
Doug, it's your dad. He's been shot down.
Now his father is a hostage in a foreign country.
I have been informed you will not sign the confession we require.
At no time did I violate your territorial airspace.
And nobody's willing to help him.
We're doing all we can.
Which is nothing, isn't it? We're gonna hang him.
Except one retired combat pilot.
Chappie, he's only got 3 days. I got the whole base wired. I can get you. Plane, aerial recon, intelligence. Get me a couple of pilots, too. I can get you one. We're gonna bust him out of there. Sure you're up to it?
All right, we're going!
While the government can't risk a rescue, they will.
I want these pigs blown out of the sky.
See you soon, Dad.
Louis Gossett Jr., Jason Gedrick, Iron Eagle.
One flesh, one bone, one true realism, one voice, one hope, one real decision.
It begins in this world, on this side of the video screen, and plunges into a micro-universe that lives and breathes beyond the boundaries of imagination. The world of Tron. His video game designs have been stolen.
No, actually, I'm trying to get some solid evidence together.
The Master Control program has the proof.
We're still looking for that old file.
I put it in my memory.
And there's only one place it could be hidden.
Come on, big fella, let's see what you got.
I'm gonna have to put you on the game grid.
Inside the computer itself. Trapped.
Okay.
On the other side of the screen, a computer genius is forced to play his own video games with more than a high score at stake.
I want him in the games until he dies playing.
On the other side of the screen, it all looks so easy.
And even this ace of the arcade isn't ready to challenge them from the inside. Tron, an astonishing adventure odyssey that allows the eye to behold what only the imagination can reveal. Tron, its world awaits on the other side of the screen.
Once, courageous knights roamed the land, searching for adventure, ready to brave any challenge. Knight Riders. The knight is a fighting machine, disciplined in mind and heart, and noble to the death. Knight Riders. Action. Adventure. Romance. Heraldry. Pageantry. And magic.
Magic got to do with the soul, man. Only those old got destiny.
Knight Riders. They ride for the crown. They fight for honor.
That kid thinks I'm evil Knievel.
That kid thinks you're William the Knight. You're his hero.
I'm not trying to be a hero. I'm fighting the dragon.
Following a dream as far as it will take them. Because a legend lives as long as someone believes.
This isn't just a roadside carny anymore. Not for some of us. It's a lot more than that. It's a whole lot more. You know that, Morgan.
You guys is the most fun I got in my life. I just don't want to see you all break up. You think it's breaking up? It's money, Billy. It's all to do with money. Money makes the world go around, even your world.
Small-town jails is, uncomfortable places.
Damn uncomfortable.
Throw down the gauntlet. Take up the challenge. A new age begins. Romance and adventure live. Knight Riders. The legend is born.
This instant. We're waiting breakfast on you. You're going to be late for school. Seconds or else. You're gonna get it. You hear?
Walk me, Winnie. Walk me, Winnie. Huh? Walk me to school.
Sure. You know Junior's waiting for me downstairs. Walk yourself. Oh, and take good care of my jacket. Might be wanting it back sometime. When's the now we're trying to call for? And it's his now. By the way, haven't you forgotten something? My math homework. Gee, thanks, Mom. You just saved my life.
Now.
Oh, Cheryl, let me put your sleeves. And do me and yourself a favor today. Smile just a little bit, okay? Good. Oh, the baby.
Go on, Mom. Who cares anyway? Okay, kid, hand over that stick. Who's gonna make the Get him, Charles, get him. Who cares anyway? He can have the old broke-up stick. He can have the whole school. You should have got him anyway. Any
Charles? Is that you, Charles Simmons? Young man, I think it's imperative that you finish your education.
Charles? Yes, you. Come on up. I can't accept this. Not when we both know you can do better.
Who cares?
I hope I didn't hear what I think I heard you say. Let's hope not. Class, this morning we must finish the tryouts for the leader of our band. Let's get down to business and see if we can't choose someone before lunchtime. Hurry up, class. Carol, will you be first?
Yes.
Ready, Carol? Okay, 1, 2, start. How about Charles leading the band? Ready, Charles?
1, 2, ready, play.
Who cares, Charles? You care. Lots of people care.
Hi, folks. I'm Rico.
Oh, Nacho.
He's Peppy.
See?
You can find us at the concession stand in the lobby.
Along with all sorts of other tasty goodies.
See? Rico's Nachos, a refreshingly new and different snack discovery. Chock full of high-quality ingredients, crisp, fresh tortilla chips, covered with creamy aged cheddar cheese, topped off with zesty jalapeno pepper rings. Rico's Nachos, out of sight.
Remember, folks, we're the new star at the snack bar. Rico's Nachos, a new taste treat you can't beat.
See? Rico's Nachos, on sale at the snack bar now.
It's showtime.
we believe in the arts for children, the gifted and talented, arts for the handicapped. Schools house all types of children. Our purpose is to provide programs and leadership that will place all the arts into schools for every child.
Well, I really don't know what to make of it. I mean, there's all this talk about giving our children more arts experiences in the schools. I don't know, I think my kids get enough of that already. I mean, I've got Halloween pumpkins and Thanksgiving turkeys plastered up all over my kitchen. But I'm not really sure what good it's going to do them later on in life. I mean, if you're going to be an artist or an actor or whatever, you know, maybe, but, well, what about the rest of us? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It seems to me that they need more work on things that, well, are going to help them cope with the world when they grow up. Getting a job, earning a living, practical things they can use in everyday life. It's not that I'm against the arts, you understand. It's just that, well, I don't understand what real effect the arts have on my kids. Or anyone else, for that matter.
1, 2, 3, 4.
First of all, we're studying multiply now, and I think that's fun.
Do you think you'll have to use that in life?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes we might have to do work and multiply. We need to know what it means.
What about art? Do you think that you're going to have to be able to know something about art?
Mm-hmm. Art is special. You should know about art.
Young people do know about how special the arts are. They know instinctively. And they know perhaps a little better than some of us who are a bit older. To me, it's very interesting how young people look at the arts. They see them as not something mysterious, something remote, something far away. They think of them as vital and real and important to them today. Schools, I guess we all recognize, have not really emphasized the arts in their programs through the years. This film is made to encourage richer programs, more meaningful experiences for young people in the arts in the schools. It cannot possibly convey all the art forms, all the types of programs that might make up a rich art experience in school. It can't even indicate in the many, many ways in which art can enrich the teaching of other subjects by making them more vivid, more real, more meaningful. This is just a sample, but I do hope that as you sample, you will get the feeling that indeed the arts are something special, very special.
One, two, K, and.
There is a need for a literate and well-informed citizenry so that every individual can deal wisely with his environment. In addition, every individual should have an equal opportunity to develop whatever talents he may possess. Music has unique qualities that make it desirable for aesthetic education. I feel that it lends itself to organized instruction and group participation through various community organizations such as your local school choirs, your local band organizations. People are innately responsive to music, and it can be a vital moving force in our lives. Many people do not seem to realize just why we feel music and all the arts are important to all children in the school system. Not because we expect all students to major in music, nor do we expect them to play, sing, and draw all their lives, but rather so they will be human, recognize beauty. In essence, so they will have a more meaningful life.
I don't know anything that impressed me more during the 11 years that I was on the Board of Education than you have to think very realistically and very practically about what can be of the most help, the most really important, significant thing that you can provide for these youngsters. It will help them in this growth and provide for happy years following school. The person who has some background in the dance or in the theater is bound to be able to go into a job interview, go in with greater confidence in their voice and greater poise and their body, and they're the one that's going to get the job. It's pretty fundamental to the way you appear to other people, and by how they react, how you appear to yourself. So when I was on the school board, we found it necessary to put a good deal of emphasis on the arts and on this matter of individual expression so that these young people could find out who they are and could feel good about themselves and about other people and about the world about them.
Sometimes we talk of primitive people, or we talk of backward people, or we talk of unprivileged people. And a far more accurate measure of whether those people are backward or forward or privileged or unprivileged is how happy they are, how meaningful are their lives, and that awareness of their own happiness is always related to the arts.
I think if people understood this, they would look at the arts in education in a little different fashion, and as not being an appendage on the outside of our daily lives, but very much an integral part of our lives and having tremendous influence on our lives.
I thought they were really pretty, and I liked looks of old houses.
I came across a statement that we should be teaching students how to make informed choices, and I was trying to think how I could actually get this across to kids in relation to architecture. So I decided we'd do something three-dimensionally, and the class did houses like this one and learned the techniques of clay and how to work with them, but more than that, they were beginning to, I felt, develop an appreciation for the architecture.
Since I've seen all those slides and these different houses, I'm starting to look more at the houses, these new ones and old ones, and trying to see what the artist's feeling was, what the maker of the house his feeling was at that time.
The strongest supporters in the arts are those people who have actually themselves experienced the joy of participating in whatever it is that they're about to share. And I think that until a teacher has reached some kind of a comfort level with whatever specific art form they're working with, it really doesn't make much sense, because they're simply not going to successfully share it with anybody. For example, in the field of theater, creative dramatics, we try to open the idea to them first of improvisational theater. We would go into a school and ask for a faculty to volunteer, and then we go ahead and we build a production without the use of scripts, and we go through the entire creative process of improvisation. Then we bring their very own students in to be their audience. Now, once a teacher has lived through something like that, they're certainly a lot better prepared to attempt that same kind of a process with their students than if we had just spent a great deal of time talking about the value of theater and creative dramatics in the classroom. It is a natural process, because if I begin as the teacher in an in-service and I help my students, who are the teachers, to see the way that they can go about doing this and to help them get over some of the hang-ups they have about the whole idea of acting, then they in turn can turn around and work with their students in a much more successful manner. And understanding all the time exactly how those children are feeling about the process that they're going through, and that's what's really very important.
You win a few, and you lose a few. Looks like we're going to lose this one.
Teachers who support the arts are those people who have really had successful experiences themselves. And they are going to help those students have a successful experience before they're finished.
'Twas brillig, and the slithy toads did gyre and gimble in the waves. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the moms wrathed out grave. Beware the jabberwock, my son, with eyes that bite and claws that catch. Beware the jub-jub bird, and shun the frummerous bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand, long time the maxim foe he sought. So rested he by the tum-tum tree and stood a while in thought. And as in uffish thought he stood, the jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffling through the turgly wood and burbled as he came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through the vorpal sword went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went galumphing back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. Oh, fabulous day! Callooh, clay! He chortled in his joy.
And I just sort of started to loosen up, and the music helped me. And I was just really nervous to begin with because it was a new experience. And then as you started to play more and the positions changed and I just sort of got more of a relaxed mood, I could sort of tell the variations in my work.
Well, I got the idea that the music he was playing represented himself, and I could draw the way he was. If you had a studio designed specifically for art, where it didn't look like a classroom, it was designed just for art, you could produce better.
You feel more comfortable if you think a little bit of it's yours, and by putting, you know, pictures or murals or something on the wall.
Like when I connect art and all of the art that happens to me, it just seems to happen in this room.
Equipment is really a necessary part of my program. Sure, I've heard of people in the past who have advocated the cut and paste approach in the classroom, just giving the students pencils and paper and glue. But I really feel that when you do that, well, you get pretty much a cut and paste response. I feel that the student that comes into my classroom can see that the equipment that we have here is pretty much the kind of equipment he's going to encounter in a real-life situation. Recently, we had an opportunity to take advantage of a real-life photography situation. Our students were asked to shoot stills of a dancer.
Well, I've always felt that dance was a way to achieve, with all kinds of people, a positive self-concept, being confident in your own ability, being able to talk to people, being able to stand in front of an audience, being able to stand up in front of a class. I would consider what was going on today with the children, really consider it dance. That's what children are really doing. They really are dancing. All the things that you saw them do are natural kinds of movements. They are really moving. They're using their bodies in a way, as a way of expressing themselves. They're getting a relationship with other children. They're learning how to work together in a group as well as an individual. They're learning an appreciation for other people's faults and good points. When we watch each other's compositions, when we talk about criticism, we don't say criticism in a negative sense. We're talking about, what did you see? How is this person able to do this? And it's so exciting for other children to hear what their peers have to say about them, and not just from the teacher.
I sure like them. Have you ever been to the circus? Never been to the circus?
I haven't either.
Have you ever seen a clown?
I have.
Today, didn't you see a clown?
Oh, I got a clown.
Let me think. You know what I wonder? Do you have a hat that you were thinking about for your clown or some hair? Perhaps that artist only wanted to show this beautiful outfit with all the curves and all the folds in the material. He really wasn't interested in showing the makeup on the clown's face. Because as an artist, you just show what you want to show. No two clowns have the same outfit, same costume, same clothes, or the same makeup on their face. Because in the clown world, you have to think of your own idea. That's how big you are. You fit between where the top of your hands are and your wiggling toes. That's how tall you are. And these clowns are pretty tall, aren't they? You know that we have a surprise for you. Doesn't look anything like any of the clowns I've showed you by these artists, but he's very special.
Hi. How are you?
Fine.
Boy, you guys have all different faces. How neat. I like your makeup. That's really nice. Oh, you're not wearing makeup?
No.
Oh, well, you're all different anyway.
Draw their attention to something that is saying, look, I'm going to learn something new today. Okay? I think that is important, that we give children fresh new experiences before they paint. Motivation is stimulating them to new thinking, a new point of view, some other thinking. When you look at something and you see it in a different way, I would say the process is extremely important, but the product becomes important that the child may feel good about himself. If you can see and perceive that they are really not feeling good about their work, about themselves, I think it's our responsibility to help guide them over. You need a teacher that understands children and how they perceive things. How does the child perceive learning? We have to know that as teachers. To impose our ideas, it's wrong. You have to know where the child is and how they're thinking about that idea, and bring them these new experiences through motivating them. And then, you know, you can't get this without a good teacher.
When an artist produces this object or dance or whatever that they've produced, they want people to enjoy what they've done. And I think artists are very giving. You know, they want people to see these things. And I think that's why people make things.
When you
have to be able to do something with your own hands or with your own mind, you know, or else you just don't feel good about what's going on, you know, even if you're not an artist per se, you know, like if you don't draw or dance or sing or whatever, you can still be an artist in your mind. It's still creating something, you know, you have to be able to use your body and your mind together, you know, to feel even alive.
I think that's what an artist does a lot of times. He shows you a part of yourself that you don't normally bring out.
I think art is one of the better things you can take if you want to have a lot of feeling in things.
That makes me feel so good to hear a young person expressing themselves that way, turned on by the arts. And you know, we could have more of that if we did together the kind of advanced planning that builds on the strength that we already have in our districts. If we can find committed administration, if we can find good, strong, open teachers, support them with and nourish them with a good in-service program. We've got to provide space, materials, equipment, and of course the human resources of our communities can be a big help. We need to bring in an artist in residence. And of course, we've got to have money. But we know, you know, I know, that money is available for things that we really agree are important. And after all, what could be more important to our lives as adults and the lives of our young people now and in the years ahead than a really strong, rich arts program in our schools?
Well, if there wouldn't be any life, it would just be a dull kind of planet. Real dull, you know.
And what if there wouldn't be any art on the earth with the life?
Well, if there wasn't any art, it'd just be kind of yuck.
In their faces. Smiling faces. Warm faces. Friendly faces. But on guard. And wondering. Questioning. It is also about a special kind of race. To help promote a better understanding between officer and boy, the police departments of 20 different cities organized the Peace Officers Car Club Association. As our first project, we decided to hold a special kind of race. We called in the famous racing driver Ralph De Palma to help us put the show on the road. As the juvenile officer of our town, I explained the race to our police department. It was going to be a safety and economy run, not a speed race. But it wasn't going to be any cinch either. We had staked out a grueling 2-day, 663-mile route. Starting in the city of Linwood, California, and moving east to San Bernardino. Then north, cutting through the mountains at Cajon Pass to Barstow for refueling. Then out across the Joshua Tree Desert to Las Vegas, Nevada. Up to the Hoover Dam and back home again. Well, whatever doubts I had that the kids would go for this race were dispelled during my meetings with the Capri Car Club, selected to represent our town in the run because of their excellent safety record. Their enthusiasm was wonderful. They were taking the race seriously. They wanted to be sure they had the right driver and observer. As one member put it, this was no race for a character with a hot temper or a heavy foot. And they were choosing in a genuine democratic way. The people's choice turned out to be Dick Owens, observer, and Jim Hummer, driver. Well, it wasn't very long after that before the Capri Car Club emblem went onto the car, and Jim and I went down to the shop. Here, Jim was introduced to the mechanic and looked on as the final adjustments were being made. The last-minute tune-up, the carburetor check, the distributor points, compression, and of course the brakes. Then the dealer turned the key and the car over to Jim and wished him the best of luck. And Jim headed out for the official refueling station to fill up with gas. Gas that was going to play the very important role of a measuring rod in figuring out the winner. As you know, it takes more gas to move a heavy car than a light one. So to make things fair for all the cars participating in the economy run, the ton mileage formula was going to be used. To get ton miles per gallon, you take the weight of your car in tons, multiply that by the number of miles that you travel, and then divide by the gallons of gas that you use. Here, for the first time, I could see how well what we had done in our town had been repeated by police departments in the other cities. And here I got my first good look at the other cars. Funny, as I told you, I'm a juvenile officer, but no matter how long I work with teenage kids, I'm always being surprised by their fantastic imaginations. Take the names of their clubs, the bright, vibrant colors of their cars and jackets. To me, these were all the clue to the spirit with which they were entering this safety and economy run. They brought to it all the fresh and exciting qualities of youth. And when it came to weighing the cars in, you'd be surprised to see how quickly they could become serious. You'd think the cars were made of gold the way they kept tab on the scales. As I looked over the 15 cars that day before the race, I held back my enthusiasm a little. I knew teenage kids were unpredictable. For what appeared no reason at all, they could play havoc with the law. We still had some rough humps to get over before we could say that our approach was right. But we weren't going to keep them in a glass cage. We were going to show them the road, teach them the right way to drive on it, give them all the facts, then give them the wheel, and let them shoulder their own responsibility. Now, we could only wait and see. At 6 o'clock the next morning, there was a light mist. The first car was off on the run, and another car followed it every 2 minutes. By 6:30, the last car was away and the sun was still down. If there had been a question in anyone's mind as to how exciting this race was going to be, he'd have his answers soon. At Cajon Pass, the fog was socked in. Heavy fog and mountain driving, as tough a combination of gas-eating driving conditions as you can get. And the boys had to average a realistic 35 miles an hour for the course in order to come in on time. And they had to conform to all the traffic laws and regulations in the 2 states of California and Nevada, their counties and their towns. The number 1 car, the capital letter Wise Men from Whittier, lay for a long time behind a tanker before the road-wise, courteous truck driver signaled that there was a safe, clear road ahead. Though the weather broke on the Barstow side of the mountain pass, these boys hadn't been out there more than an hour when they all knew that a safety and economy run was a special kind of a race, a mighty tough kind at that. And if you had any doubt as to whether the boys would be getting a real kick out of the run, you could read your answer, as I did, traveling up and down the line of gaily colored cars in the faces of the drivers. Like Don Pratt of the Buccaneers, or his observer, Roland Ellis from the Falcons, riding beside him. All you had to do was look at the faces behind the wheels. Remember, this is not only a story about officer, boy, and automobile, it's also about the road. These teenage kids were watching it like hawks, doing a job of navigation just like the boy Mark Twain did on the Mississippi River. For the time being, the road was straight and clear. Maximum safety speed, 55 miles per hour. They were moving on to Barstow. The road, like the river, had its branches. They converged at Barstow, and so did the traffic. It thickened, and the cars crawled like flies on sticky paper. You couldn't even get into 3rd gear, and the gas was burning up fast. As Malauka, the driver for the Deciders, put it, that was all part of the game, the nerve test. Imagine getting a thrill at 15 miles an hour, sweating out gas. De Palma, who had thousands of checkered flags waved at him in a period of 50 years of association with racing driving, was now behind the flag himself and loving it. Flagging them down, pointing the turn into the refueling station, clocking the kids in. The wide spread between the cars on the road narrowed, and they piled into the station bumper to bumper. I was waiting anxiously for Jim Hummer to come in, and I kind of choked up a little when I saw him make the turn. No sooner had he shut off his motor than I found him coming toward me with a broad grin on his face. The word about the first annual Youth Safety and Economy Run had spread to boys in the car clubs all along the route. Here in Barstow, the local car club boys came out to play host. Their hospitality was terrific. The moment a motor was killed, they hopped on the car and shoved it on into the station, saving every ounce of gas. The official clocker gave each driver his time. The Barstow Car Club boys lined up the cars for the next starting position. Then they all joined us for lunch. An hour for lunch was only a brief respite for a two-day haul. Not much time to relax the building tension. But I don't think Jim or I will ever forget that crazy-looking rag doll at Barstow. Soon we were back to the serious business of the race. Again, we were off on the run. Next stop, Las Vegas, Nevada. As we moved through Barstow Bridge, the loud tensions that had gathered in our nerves on the first lap kind of settled down now to a soft, steady hum. And the road, like the river, flowed through beautiful country. The officials whose job it was to patrol the roads, mark the turns, check on possible violations, were members of the Peace Officers Car Club. Their faces were smiling too, beginning to feel mighty proud of their first project. No trouble so far, not a single violation yet. And as the road cut through the broad plains, you felt the tremendous space all around you, the country rolling out to the horizon, and you rolling with it. It was beautiful, and you sort of sensed the real meaning behind the word freedom. The road, like river water, was running under you, and all the time you kept thinking, what a strange run this was, where speed was the temptress. You could see her in your mind's eye, a siren coaxing you to open the throttle, burn up the road. Actually, the landscape changes gradually, yet something new always seems to come upon you suddenly, like the stubborn, needle-pointed Joshua trees fighting the heat of the desert. All of a sudden, they were there. And they weren't the only ones fighting the heat. The boys were too, and they fought it all the way into Vegas. Now it was time to give their dry-throated selves and their low gas tanks a long drink. Then, off again to Boulder Dam. As they came into the station, some of the boys were talking about the dam, the hydroelectric setup, how it powered this part of the country. Frankly, they knew more about it than I did. And I realized there were many more valuable things happening on this run than even we had bargained for. It became a kind of educational adventure, stimulated the searching minds of these kids. And they were looking forward anxiously to seeing the giant dam, one of the genuinely great achievements of man. It took a lot of driving finesse to get away smooth without wasting gas. A stoplight was like a dragon. You had to move by it on cat's feet. And the password was, slow and easy, Jack. No showman could have designed the approach to the dam any better for suspense. It was terrific. The tortuous road dropped down like a roller coaster. Came around a power line turn, and there it was, the huge concrete colossus. A wonderful tribute to the ingenuity, the cooperation, the bold, creative daring of man in his struggle to control the forces of nature. I got out of my car here, shook the road kinks out of my legs, and watched the tortoise-like machines circling around. The atmosphere of the dam was awe-inspiring. It kind of took hold of you for a few moments and hushed your thoughts. The desert air felt good, too. It was soft and warm and dry. I closed my eyes for a second, and I could hear the sound of the tires moving over the loose gravel. For a moment in my darkness, I could see the wide eyes of the boys. You know, a strange thought occurred to me. These weren't merely individual cars turning here, but each car seemed to me to belong to a long line. Each car was like a new generation coming up the slope, making their contribution to society and departing. Progress. The word came upon me suddenly. Progress in the American tradition of this great monument to man. Now it was back to Vegas, to the impound, and of course to Ralph De Palma, a really great guy with a genuine love for boys, standing there, bare-chested with the road dust billowing up around him. Boy and the road, both were in his blood. Here we were at the end of the first day's journey, and a wonderful, friendly feeling was in the dust-stirred air of this little impound. Here, too, the boys from the Las Vegas car clubs had come down to play host and to hear all about the youth run. After I got a first-hand report from Jim, the drivers got their briefing. No drinking, no gambling in the sack by 11, and again, no glass cage. After dinner, they'd be on their own. Well, I've been to a few fancy parties and social events in my time, but I can't ever remember enjoying myself as much as I did having dinner that evening with these boys in the Desert Inn. That evening spoke for itself. It was all there in our faces. After dinner, the boys from the Las Vegas car clubs picked up the boys on the youth run and showed them their town. I felt mighty proud that night. Officer and boy had hit the real jackpot. No violation on the road, no unfortunate incidents at Vegas. And early the next morning, we were off on the run again, against the background splendor of the desert dawn. The sun itself, almost as if it had heard of our youth run, came up beautifully. A huge shadow stretched over the broad plain as we settled down to the long run. This time we were running all the way home with only a quick refueling at Barstow. As I checked the cars on the road, the excitement began to sneak up on me. I knew what it must be doing to the drivers in the run. The nerve tension was a graph. You could read its mounting intensity in the tight-drawn lines of the faces behind the wheels. In the face of Malalka moving through the Joshua trees. In the face of Danny Waskren rolling past the power lines. And in the face of the Pryton's driver, Bob Lewis, running through the sagebrush. In the face of Phil Schiffenbacher, listening to the approaching train. In the face of the cutouts, Gary Simpson, heading for the Barstow Bridge. The Barstow refueling station was practically empty. This time there was no respite here. The boys were in and out again in a matter of minutes, off on the last leg of the two-day run. No rest at Barstow, and now we were running home. And the nerve tension graph that you could read on the faces behind the wheels was running too, and running high. The stress climbing in the face of the Domino's driver, Bill Meacham. In the Clockers driver, Jack Long. And in the face of the Wise Men's Frank Jimenez. Each one sweating out the other right to the finish, where Ralph De Palma was sweating them out too, flagging them home. There wouldn't be any decision as to the winner until the official tabulation sheets were in. And the winner would be announced at a special awards presentation meeting of the Peace Officers Car Club Association later. But the boys in the car clubs were all on hand to welcome home their buddies. You could get an idea of how you did from the number of gallons of gas that you used. So, the tension hung on. The drivers were watching the pumps as though they were scoreboards. The way I figured it, this was one race that no one lost, because we won a better understanding between officer and boy. The run was over. The trophies were presented by the mayor of Linwood and Ralph De Palma. Third place winner, Jerry Maxwell from the Idlers Car Club, City of Bell, 47 ton-miles per gallon. Second place winner, Danny Waskren from the Drag Wagons Car Club, City of Maywood, 51.5 ton-miles per gallon. And the first place winner, Phil Schiffenbacher from the Rod Benders, City of Pasadena, 55 ton-miles per gallon. As Phil took the trophy, I could see his face as I had seen it on the road. And behind that face, the story of the first youth run, the simple story of boy, officer, and road.
This here's worth 25 cents to anybody. I'm just a working myself to death around here.
Give me that. Okay, madam, we're in good health.
Here. Time's a-wasted. Get for home, Zeke. Wonder what for you can use all these yard things. What?
never die. It was meant to be that way, though I don't know why. I don't care what people say. Rock and roll is here to stay. Rock and roll will always be. I dig it to the end. It'll go down in history. Just like what my friend. Rock and roll will always be. It'll go down in history. If you don't like rock and roll, think what you've been missing. But if you like to pop and stroll, come around and listen. Let's all start to have a ball. Everybody rock and roll. Rock, oh baby, rock. Oh baby, rock. Oh baby, rock. Oh baby, rock. Oh baby, rock.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.